Alright folks, from time to time I'm going to provide you with some inspirational food for thought, as you may have guessed. Look, we're all in this together as a group, a club. There is nothing out of our reach. Think of the brain power of 1,000 or more like-minded individuals bouncing ideas off of one another. Think of the opportunities that may arise. Religious groups have built money machines because of this. So in this short video I want to give you 5 ideas of things you can practice daily to help ensure your success. Simple ideas, do what you want with them, but they've helped me out over the years. So let's get going. Number 1, kill the Joneses. Now we're all guilty of this, including me. We always compare ourselves to the Joneses without even knowing the truth about the Joneses. Most people live a life of delusion and illusion. Okay? They try to impress others on a daily basis. I was talking to a person that was on food stamps one day, and he told me that every other person picking up their stamps was driving an expensive luxury car like an Escalade. Okay? Well, people buy it. I'm going to tell you the story about Dalton and Homer and how Dalton buys a second home. And my guess is a lot of people just buy a second home to impress other people. Unless you can rent it out, it's a colossal waste of money. Okay? The money spent can take you to exotic places all over the world. What about fancy engagement rings and diamonds? What possible use are they? They depreciate to maybe 20% of what you paid for the minute you buy it. My grandmother passed away recently and my mom got all the jewelry. My mom asked me to sell it. Every single jeweler I went to said they had diamonds coming out of their ears and I couldn't give it away. They only wanted the gold. Think about it. How much crap do we accumulate just to impress other people? Hell, I did it. I had the $1.5 million home. We ended up using 4 rooms. I had a $150,000 theater system, 12-foot screen. We had a stage with karaoke. I had the reclining chairs, automatic reclining chairs, popcorn machines, the whole ball of wax, and I maybe used that theater room 6 times, and I'm a movie freak. I drove the S550 Mercedes, beautiful white Mercedes, and at the end, it was just a damn car. I'll never do that again. Now maybe that's because I'm getting older and wiser, but it's just a colossal waste of money to try to impress people so they think I'm successful. Truth is, I know in my heart I'm successful. I don't need to impress people. Again, that could be my age. My real enjoyment was my trips to Vegas, Phoenix, and the cruises with my children, the memories I created. What the hell was I thinking? Now, I'm not saying to not indulge or spoil yourself, but do it for you, not to impress other people. Think about this. How many babysitters could you have paid for to go out with your spouse and rekindle your love once a week? Buy her flowers, take her dancing. Don't talk about the kids or money for once. How many of these dates could you go on to keep your marriage strong if you bought her a $700 engagement ring rather than a $5,000 ring? So figure $100 for babysitter, nice dinner, flowers, walk in the park each day. You could have gone out on 50 marriage-saving dates, marriage-strengthening dates for the money you spent on that engagement ring. Now that's a lesson I wish I had learned. I might still be married today. I mean, I was in love with her once, but business and money got in the way. Don't keep up with the Joneses. Don't try to impress. You know who you are. And that's all that matters. Think about every dime you spend on toys and luxuries and where that money could be spent to build life-lasting memories. I mean, on your deathbed, are you going to be thinking of your Mercedes-Benz or are you going to be thinking about the memories you built with your family? 2, get a success-driven routine. Now, I personally hate routines. But there are certain things that you should make a part of your everyday life. Maybe find 1 hour to read, 1 chapter of a good book. Work out. This is good for the mind, let alone the body. People just think, oh, I'm going to go work out to get in shape. Man, every time I work out, I think clearer the whole day. Kiss your spouse and kids on a daily basis. Help out a shelter. Give someone a $20 bill. A complete stranger. I made a lot of mistakes in my life, but I've always been very generous. I always compliment the workers that help me. I tell convenience store clerks that they have beautiful eyes if they do. I hand a 7-Eleven clerk a 20 and say lunch is on me. Why? Because it makes me feel better. It makes me feel good. Now, I can't imagine how it helped them through the day. But I bet the compliments went further than the money did. But do something that makes you feel good on a daily basis. 3, ready, fire, aim. This is a big one. You really need to quit analyzing things so much. Paralysis through analysis is an awful way to go through life. And I really see this all the time. People will come up with a good idea, work their butts off to bring it to fruition, and keep working their butts off, and keep working their butts off, and keep, well, you get the idea. They're trying to make whatever it is they're working on perfect. And folks, it will never be perfect. We don't live in a perfect world, and things change quickly, daily, sometimes hourly. Let's be honest with one another. The true reason people analyze and postpone is nothing more than a basic emotion. The fear of failure. Man, I can't tell you how often I failed in my life. The good news is that I tried, failed, got up, and kept on swinging. You are going to fail occasionally. I mean, I bet you didn't get a date with every person you wanted to. Take this membership site, for example, the one you now belong to. Now look at it today and come back in 1 year and look at it. I guarantee it will look much different. See, I had a vision, a basic blueprint. I sat down, built the site, started to record videos, and I started to market it. The first 4 ways I tried to market it failed. Obviously, I kept trying because you're here. Look, I'll be honest. I have scores of lessons planned out for you. I have a basic idea how I want this first 12 to be delivered and in what order. And there's a purpose to my madness. But after that, hell, I don't know. I'll figure it out later. As I'm recording this video, I have only made 6 lessons for you, but I launched my site before it was ready, before it was perfect. You see, I'm better under pressure. By the way, I'll bet dollars to donuts I come up with dozens of additional lessons to add as long as we go along here. See, I've changed my pricing structure 5 times, and I settled for 1, at least for today. My point is that this site would never have been launched if I got ready, took aim, and then fired. Sometimes, as Clint Eastwood said in Heartbreak Ridge, you have to adapt, overcome, improvise, or something like that. What if I would have quit when my first 4 marketing strategies failed? You wouldn't be here. And I hope you're glad you are. You know, I learned just today that the guy that created The Truth About Abs lost money in his first 3 years. Lost money. This is back in the early 2000s. Today that program pulls down over $1 million a month. See, most people look at that guy and say, oh, he got lucky. No. He believed in what he was doing. He was persistent. He didn't stop when adversity reared its head, and he overcame his fears. Now, I'm not saying you don't need to know when to fold them, but you better know when to hold them too. You know, life is like a poker game, but you need to play the game to enjoy life. Number 4, you're going to pay fees, so get over it. Look, as you've seen in my 401k scam list, and fees and commissions can kill you, but guess what? You're going to pay them. Now, if you're going to pay them, then find something with much better returns. Don't shop fees, shop likability and trust and belief. Studies have shown over and over again that people that sell their homes without a real estate agent almost always walk away with less money than if they would have used one. So you studs out there need to suck it up and pay a professional. I mean, I expect to get paid for the education I provide. What's the big deal? I'm sure you demand to get paid for your expertise. If you don't want what I offer, don't pay. You will sooner or later, because what I teach you will save or make you a heck of a lot of money in your lifetime if you take action. Point is, people always bitch about paying someone for help or how much it costs, but never miss a beat when it comes to cashing their own paychecks. You know, I used to call on small business owners to help them with their marketing. They would almost rather go bankrupt than to pay someone with a proven track record a dime. This is stinking thinking. And by the way, just because someone claims to be a guru or expert doesn't make it so. Now tell me if this sounds crazy. Back when I had clients, I occasionally would tell them to liquidate their 401k, pay the taxes and penalty if they were underage. Now the financial industry professionals would blast me, call me an idiot, blah, blah, blah. Just blast me all over the place. But the client would understand why I would make that recommendation. Now I'm not recommending it, but sometimes you need to take your losses now instead of continuing to fight a mountain that you cannot climb. When it comes to building wealth, there is no one-size-fits-all. Although Wall Street wants you to believe that. Everybody has different circumstances. Just pay the damn fee. Don't fret about costs if it puts you in a better position either today, tomorrow, or sometime soon. Let me expand on what I just said a little bit. Several times I've had clients that would come to me with a monstrous amount of credit card debt, and they would refuse to file bankruptcy. They're paying like 21% interest and paying the minimum payment on their cards, so they're still shelling out over $1,000 a month, never to pay off that credit card at that rate. Now, if they had enough money in their 401k to pay it off, why in God's name wouldn't you liquidate that portion of your plan, pay the taxes and fees, and pay off the damn debt? I mean, you're not making 21% in your plans. So I made this recommendation once to a mother of one of my agents, and she about had a heart attack. She screamed, "That's my retirement." Now, I can be pretty damn brash, as you're going to find out going along here. So I stood up in front of her and the agent. I said, "Lady, at this rate, the only retirement you'll have is Social Security." And I walked out. Believe it or not, her son, the agent, agreed with me. But sometimes people have been just too damn brainwashed. Think about it. That lady could have taken the $1,000 and started a better plan than her damn 401 crap plan anyway. And by the way, in her case, it wasn't a 401k I told her to liquidate. She had an annuity, which annuities basically have the same rules as IRAs and 401ks. Now, personally, I probably would have considered bankruptcy. But some people just refuse to look at it, that option, even though the law was created for people to get fresh starts. The bottom line with this little story is that people absolutely ignore the backdoor effect. When she's pulling in this case, she was pulling in 3% on her annuity, but she was paying out 21%. What the hell's wrong with that picture? Now, of course, we're going to explore that more in a different lesson. Look, more often than not, folks, if something makes sense to you at a gut level, then it's worth paying the fees or costs. You're going to pay no matter what you do, one way or another. Nobody, including you, works for free. We're all just squirrels trying to get our nuts. Number 4, record your thoughts. Man, I can't tell you how many ideas and epiphanies I've had while laying in bed, driving in my car, or drinking a beer, only to forget what it was until I started recording my thoughts diligently. Here's an idea. Quit letting other people inspire you. There is nobody, and I mean nobody, that can inspire you like you can. See, there is something different when you hear an inspiring message, a solid idea, good or bad, than when it comes from your own voice. You know, a study was done by a university, and I can't remember which one, to determine the most important word in any language, basically. Guess what it was? Your own name. They had subjects that were hard sleepers, you know, the folks that can sleep through earthquakes, and they let them go to sleep, and they would make all kinds of different noises, say all kinds of words, and nothing would wake them up until they walked up to them slowly and quietly and whispered the person's name in their ear. Almost without fail, they'd wake up. Now, as a sad note, I bet if they had one of their kids faintly say "Daddy" or "Mommy," they would spring from the bed. And that's my personal opinion, because I remember many times when I'd hear "Daddy" and I would jump out of my bed, and some of you may be able to relate to that. The point is, you are important to you. You are more important to you than I am. Who better to inspire you than you? So going back to our daily routine, make it a routine to record your thoughts, ideas, good memories, inspirational messages every day, and review them occasionally. Now, your own voice can make you sick. I mean, we all hate our own voice. But it will sink in much deeper and stay with you much longer. Besides, it's a lot easier than writing things down, and a lot handier too. I mean, you go out and take pictures all the time. Record your thoughts. And don't be afraid to do it in front of other people either. And by the way, as a side note, you should hear some of the doozies I came up with when I was drinking. I mean, we're pretty much all idiots when we drink. Anyway, but I came up with some good ones too. Number 5. Folks, it's only money. Make more. Stop this theory of scarcity. You know, part of what I'm trying to instill in you is that you don't have to, or should you, sacrifice today to prepare for tomorrow. You need to get cocky, self-assured, spend some damn money once in a while, just for the hell of it, and say, "It's only money, I'll make more." Or say, "I can afford it." Then go out and force yourself to make more money. You need to quit living in this world of scarcity and start living in the world of abundance. And I'll talk about these 2 theories in a later video, but come on. I know you've heard it 1,000 times, but opportunities surround you daily. Grab some of it. If the door is knocking, answer the damn door. You'd probably be surprised what you can do when your back is up against the wall. Alright, there you have it. 5 ideas to take with you. Like I said, take them or leave them. It's up to you. Just some free thinking stuff from yours truly. I was just sitting here today relaxing, watching the Denver Broncos, and I had these thoughts, so I pulled out my recorder. Hint, hint. Spoke into the mic, came back here, and in the evening, I shared my personal thoughts with you. See, because it also inspires me. Whoops. Okay, now I've taken too much of your time, so go give your kids and your spouse or your lover a big kiss and a hug and relax. Life is getting better every single moment, so I'll see you next week. One last thing. Did you know, all these recordings you're making of yourself can easily be transcribed and turned into a book. What a great gift to give your kids. Or come up with some great subjects to write about. It won't be long until I teach some of you how to start your own membership sites like this. Believe it or not, there are people out there that want to hear what you have to say. So until next week or in 5 days, ponder that. And bye for now.